Thank you all so much for joining me. So in today's reading, we're going to find out what's going on. There seems to be a lot of upheaval in the collective, a lot of towering moments, a lot of dark nights of the soul, just a lot of emotions that are coming up. Let's get some insight as to what's going on in the collective. Okay, so we have the goddess and celebration. So I'm getting that even though many of us are going through, my cat, some difficult times, a lot of possible conflict, a lot of negative emotions that seem to be coming out of nowhere. So these cards are indicating that the energies that are on the earth right now are bringing in tremendous amount of light, the divine feminine energy, the goddess energy. So in the past, whereas the goddess energy may have been suppressed by the masculine, the divine goddess is now reemerging, and this is causing a lot of upheaval in both, just in everyone in general, because we all have that masculine side to us and also our feminine side. Sorry, I just have to let my cat out. What are you doing? Sorry, just have to let him out. Okay, sorry about that. So there's a lot of intense energies, especially with everything that's going on in the planetary retrogrades, the eclipses, just everything that is going on with the planets and astrologically is having a has impact. And so a lot of us have a lot of suppressed emotion that has been buried deep inside, and it's now being brought to the surface. We're kind of breaking through. So it's only natural that we feel these emotions because they have to be released somehow. And so with this goddess energy, there is great cause for celebration, because even though it's difficult, even though it's dark, even though we're not sure of, what's happening and what's going to happen, that there is cause for celebration. So not to worry, that everything that you're feeling is actually part of the divine plan, part of the healing of the planet, part of your own healing journey. So not to worry with whatever you're feeling. It's absolutely natural and an integral part of the healing journey that's going on. Everyone is going through a emotional and spiritual cleansing. And so what you're feeling is absolutely necessary and quite, I wouldn't say normal, but needed. Okay. So on the surface, you are maintaining your control of what you're feeling and what's going on with you on an energetic level. So on the surface, you appear that everything is fine, but beneath, you are feeling a lot of, this card is indicating pain, but what I'm getting is that there's a lot of anger and resentment. And this anger and resentment is caused from being stabbed in the back, being stabbed and over, being betrayed over and over and over again. And so this pain has to come to light. This pain has to come through in order to be let go. So if many of us have experienced betrayal in any relationship, in any shape or form that it has manifested in our lives, it is because this pain of betrayal has been within our energy field and within our emotional bodies for a very, very long time. And I'm getting like even previous lifetimes. So this is not to make anyone wrong or bad for this, that this is so very positive that you are embarking on this release, this cause for celebration, because these energies are being brought up, and it at times feels like they're happening for a completely new reason, but it's only because the energy still exists, still lies stuck as in block within our body. And so it is now being released. So we are being assisted by the divine healing, by the divine energies, by the goddess energy, to have these energies come back into balance. So whether you're on this conscious journey of healing, even if you're not, that's okay, because you are receiving the healing. You are receiving help to release all of this heavy emotion and pain and woundedness. So again, you are appearing that everything is calm, but see these waters, they run very deep. And within these waters, your emotions are a lot of pain and sorrow. And so that's why you are feeling the way you do, even if it seems like there's no reason for you to feel that way. Everything is coming to the surface to be released. And so if you're feeling anything like this, if you're feeling exhausted, if you're just feeling fed up with your efforts in life and it seems like it's not going anywhere, it's okay. It is a sign that things are progressing, because this emotion that you're feeling is being pushed through, whether we want to or not. A lot of us, and I know even for myself, I used to suppress anything negative that I felt because I just always wanted to be of the light. But as we know, everything is light and dark, and we are light and dark, and it's okay to embrace the dark. It's okay to be of both, and we don't have to fear it, because a lot of us used to fear what we didn't understand. We used to fear the dark, and now that we can embrace it, even if we don't understand it, because it is part of who we are as humans, as spiritual beings. And so embracing the dark, embracing the pain and sorrow that we have experienced in life is now ready to be released and to let go. So it's all very, very positive. It's just coming to understand why we feel the way we do. So why are we feeling the way we do? Can we please get more insight as to where these emotions are coming from? What are we feeling and where are they coming from? Okay. So I'm getting the energy that you may be feeling is kind of like you're on the verge of tears. You're on the verge of tears, but you don't even know why you feel upset, because there's no real reason, and that's completely okay. But your emotions are right on the surface. Like the tears are about to fall, but But again, we're trying to just, you know, be okay, and just, and as if everything is okay. But deep within, these deep emotions are kind of like on the verge. So you may feel some days, especially when you're alone, it's like when we're alone, that's when our emotions become amplified, and we can't run from them, we can't hide from them, we can't suppress them. And that's why a lot of us tend to not want to be in seclusion, because then we are faced with how we feel. And so these feelings are being caused by a lot of people around you, your situation in life. This could be work, but just that you feel like you're in this, like you're crowded, all these people, energy, situations are crowding you, and you feel like everyone's closing in, like the situation is closing in, like you can't breathe. And so it's kind of leaving you stuck and bewildered, like you don't know what the heck is going on. So where is this stemming from? Where are these emotions stemming from that we're being closed in? Okay. So the energy of this card is like a lot that has to do with regaining your inner power, like reclaiming your inner power, getting in touch with that power that may have been lost due to a loss of a relationship, or a loss of finances, or a loss of control in a situation, be it in work or your career. So just a loss of power. So this card is saying that you're feeling like you have a loss of power, like the situation is closing in on you, and you feel like you're being like, you feel like claustrophobic. And so you're really not knowing how to reclaim your power. You're not really knowing how to stand in your power again, because of the situation that you're in, because of a relationship, or just the situation that you're in. So let's get some guidance as to how we can deal with this loss of power, with this being stuck in a situation that we don't really know what it's being caused by, or how to get out of it. Okay, so a lot of this is self-love, being kind to yourself. It's always been about being kind to others. Yes, 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 we know. But how many of us practice being kind to others, and yet we're not kind to ourselves? We put ourselves last because we want to be a good person. We want to help the world. We want to make a difference. And so, yes, we are kind to others. We want to make a difference. We want to help uplift the planet and do good for others. But when we do that, as caretakers, as light workers, we tend to put ourselves last on the list. I know even for myself that I am very guilty of this. And in turn, my inner child really suffers because I am putting her needs last. I am more concerned of how can I help others? How can I lend support and emotional support for people that really don't know what is happening. And so being kind to yourself during this process, during this dark time of, emotions that we don't know where they're coming from, to just be kind to yourself. So being kind to yourself is being gentle with the words in which you say to yourself, even when you get up in the morning, to just be kind to yourself and say, good morning, I love you. When you are feeling tired, to say, okay, let's have a nap so that we can feel better, and taking as much time as we need to take that rest, because a lot of us don't realize how much this transformation takes a toll on our bodies. We just take for granted. We think our bodies are just going to be fine and they're going to cope with the energies, the transformations that are going on, when in fact, it's like, imagine like a light bulb. You're a light bulb, and all this energy is going, too much energy flows through. It's gonna burst and explode, because the vessel cannot contain the high energy, the high frequency, the high flow of energy. So that's what's going on right now. Our bodies, our emotional bodies, our spiritual bodies, our mental bodies are going through so much of this energy that we need to take the time to kind of rest and allow our physical vessel to kind of assimilate, to adjust to these high frequency, high amounts of energy flowing through us. So to remember to be kind to yourself, to nurture yourself in however you need, to nurture your inner child with what your inner child wants to eat. And as long as that's balanced with, what the nutrients that we give our body, our inner child, it's important for our inner child to feel satisfied. So if my inner child, wants some ice cream, then I will have that dairy. and my inner child will feel that I've paid attention to her and what she wants. So remember to be kind to yourself, and it's okay to satisfy a craving. And like anything, it's all in, I want to say balance, but it's all in, how do you say it? Like a healthy balance. And to make sure that you're having fun, to make sure that you're laughing all the time, and not to be so serious, even though it can be a confusing time right now for us all, because we're going through all these emotions that we thought we dealt with. We thought, we had healed. But what we don't realize is our healing journey is just like layers, like an onion, unpeeling until we get to the core of who we truly are, and that is perfect, whole, and complete. So just when we think we've healed everything, there's another layer, and that's okay. So to remember that on your journey, on your healing journey, as dark as it may get, as confusing and isolating as it can get, to remember to laugh. So what I do is, even if I'm in hermit mode, I'll look for funny TV shows or movies, or I'll try to inject humor and try to be funny when I'm, relating to other people or talking to my family members. I'll try to remember to just be lighthearted and bring humor into the conversation. So these are things that you can do just to be mindful of: kindness, fun, laughter, that it doesn't have to be completely serious. And as long as we have an understanding of what's really going on, then we don't have to feel so stuck or fearful or confused. And that's why we try to get this divine guidance. And all of you do have access to your own divine guidance. You have access to your higher self. And that could be in signs that you get from the universe, signs that you get that from Instagram, messages that you read, those are from your higher self. And so you always have access to this spiritual growth. So yes, you are on a spiritual journey, whether you realize it or not, whether you want to or not, you are. The entire planet is. And some may be more conscious of it than others. Others may just really be immersed in the 3D realm, and that's totally okay. It is why we are here. We are on a 3D planet, and so to be immersed and distracted in the illusions of the 3D world is very natural. And as more light comes into our physical body, our emotional body, our spiritual bodies, we become more aware. We become more aware of who we are. We become aware of what no longer serves us. And in the past, it was pain. We identified ourselves with the pain because we didn't know how to let this go. And so your spiritual growth is your journey of releasing this pain, of releasing the woundedness, of helping your inner child to release this pain, because this pain is like a program that is rooted deeply in the subconscious, within our inner child. And this pattern replays over and over again as a program. And it comes out within our everyday life, within our relationships, how we deal with the world, how we perceive the world, how the world is filtered through this woundedness way of being, through this woundedness filter. And so we can now let this go. We no longer have to live everyday life through fear, through pain. We can actually let it go and come back and stand in our power, because that's who we really are. And so this is just all part of your spiritual growth, feeling all of these emotions, feeling, confused, exhausted, on the verge of tears. It's all part of your growth. And it's part of all of us balancing the feminine energies as well as our masculine. So gender is, regardless of our gender, some of us who embody the female essence embody more masculine energy. And I feel that is how I have been over the years, just because of my whole mindset of, I was in a survival victim mode way of being. And so I needed to pull in my masculine side in order to survive, in order to protect myself, in order to protect my inner child from, what I had feared. And so my inner masculine became quite dominant within myself, my energy, my personality. And this is just really saying that on our spiritual journey, if we embody one energy more than the other, this part of our spiritual growth is to balance our feminine and masculine energies. So within myself, I need to bring in more of my feminine energies. So look within yourself. Do you embody more of the feminine, intuitive, creative, emotional side? Or are you more into the action-oriented, go, 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 just in everything that kind of defines the masculine side of energy. So what we are really called to do in our spiritual growth is to bring those two together in harmony and in balance. And this is as well as in relationships. When our inner energies are out of balance, then that manifests in our relationship with our partner. So those of you who are in partnership, if there's an imbalance within our own energies, it manifests in the actual relationship. So just to be aware of that. And again, it's all part of spiritual growth. It's all part of the awareness of what is going on now. And so let's get one last message regarding these emotions. regarding our healing, our spiritual growth, our cause for celebration of releasing these energies that no longer serve us. Worthiness. Know that you deserve to receive good in all ways. What a perfect card to end this reading. So to always remember that despite our flaws, despite being human, being human is having an ego, is having flaws, is of being imperfect, of living in an imperfect world. However, we do have a spiritual side. We were born into this world as a pure soul, a soul that has been through a lot in many lifetimes, but is reborn into this world pure, perfect, whole, and complete. So because of that, you are completely worthy. You are completely deserving of every good thing, of all good things, of all your heart's desires, of everything that you could ever wish for. You are worthy. And to know that you deserve everything good. So to remind yourself every day when you wake up how amazing you are, that it is your birthright to have everything that you want because you are a creator. You have the ability to create what you want. We just forgot. We forgot that we are creators because we live in an illusion that we are powerless. And we know now that that's not the truth. We know that we are powerful creators. We know that our thoughts and our emotions create. We know that we have the ability to heal. Just look at our bodies. Our bodies heal by themselves. We don't even have to say anything or do anything. Our bodies are able to heal. And when we have become ridden with illness and disease, it is because there is an imbalance. So we must continue to work on rebalancing our energies, rebalancing our emotional bodies, and knowing that you have a spiritual body, a spiritual power that governs us whether we know it or not. So just come back into balance to heal our physical bodies, to know that we are worthy of complete healing and wholeness. So this is a perfect reminder to end off the reading that you are loved, you are worthy, you are a beautiful, perfect child of the universe, and you are capable of having, being, and doing everything. So thank you all so much. I hope you enjoyed that reading. I hope it was of value and it helped you. And until our next video, I'm wishing you all so much love and peace.